I was a doorman for a couple of pot smoking seniors. Freshman year of high school, we had this baseball field right out back by the woods, and there was anyone that smoked weed in high school, they would go smoke out there in the morning, and then they'd come into school. But obviously, if you're smoking, you don't want to come in the front entrance. So there was this door that came up to the second floor of our high school, and it was right by the stairwell, so you could pop it open real quick, and people would run in from the baseball field. They used it for like access for like after school going to practice where the locker rooms were and stuff. But in the mornings, I had this freshman Spanish class with these two seniors. They were the ones that originated my nickname, Sid from Toy Story. Every morning before Spanish, they would be out there smoking. And they used to tell me, Sid, you're our doorman. At 7:45, if you're not here, we're going to have a fucking problem. I was like, and who knows if they were joking or not. But as a freshman, I was like, okay, what do I need to do? Like, what do I need to do? They're like, we're going to bang on the door twice. If you open a fucking door, there's going to be a problem every day, pretty much. And I lived like 30 minutes from school, so it's kind of stressful because I'd make sure I was there on time, go running up the stairs, boom, kick the door open, they'd come running in. Good job, Sid. You know what I mean? So I think honestly, like, getting picked on and bullied in high school, and I shouldn't say, I hate to use the word fucking bully because it's like to get picked on and razzed a little bit, like, is healthy. It's healthy because it does two things. Like, first of all, it makes you mentally tougher because it's like, I'm not saying that kids should be bullied and shit, right? Like, I don't really even know what that fucking means anymore in our society. But, like, I do think just, like, getting things pointed out about yourself and, like, hearing a little bit of shit, making you doubt yourself a little bit. Like, you need that outside noise in a way because I think it makes you reflect on yourself a little bit. And it don't matter the age. It's just like, damn, like, why are they coming at me? Oh, wait. It's because, like, I'm happy. I have a good life. I'm funny. You know, like, whatever it is. Like, if someone's coming at you and hating on you and being mean to you, they got something going on in their life or they're jealous of your life. And that's something that I'll never be able to understand with human nature. And trust me, I'm not innocent by any means. I did that shit a lot growing up, talking shit. But when I look back on all the times I talked shit, I was mad about something that I wasn't getting, that person was getting, or I was mad about something that I was irritated with myself that wasn't happening in my life, and I was taking it out on other people. So in that case, it never bothered me that they picked on me. If anything, I thought it was funny because I was like, for me, it helped me kind of establish myself in high school. Like, oh, that's Sid from Toy Story. And every day, how could you not laugh when you're being called Sid from Toy Story? When you're being called when you're being called Sid from Toy Story, that's like the funniest thing ever to me. And I loved it because every day when I would go to lunch and stuff, it spread through the school so quick that by the time I'd get to lunch, all the seniors are like, Sid. And you know, when I was a senior, I had the freshmen that I messed with and picked on a little bit too. I think it's healthy. It's human interaction. So I really am just not a fan of the way that bullying and all that shit is just kind of the direction that we've taken as a society of like, don't be mean to people, like this and that. Like, yeah, there's a line of like harassment when it gets into like, you know, sexual harassment and shit like that you see in high school because of all the phones and the pictures and shit like that. Like that's fucked up and that's different. But as far as just like, you know, talking shit and joking around, like that's healthy human interaction, and that's what high schoolers are going to do to each other because of our age. And you're growing up and figuring things out. So I think that was fun. And on a more serious note, one of the guys in that story, you know, he actually OD'd, and we've had a couple kids that I went to high school with OD, and not that they were like my best friends or anything, but you know, to lose somebody, you know, semi close to you over drugs, it just hits home a little different when you've also done drugs, and like you just sometimes you kind of like wonder like why was I lucky enough to get out of that, or like I've done some questionable substances, like why was I the one that was blessed or fortunate enough for that to not happen to? And I think you know, that's a heavy weight, and I the reason I bring that up is because I know I've shared stories on here about doing drugs and, you know, different substances, and whether it's a movie script or a real story, like I can't implore you all enough just be careful, and like if you want to do drugs and that's the lifestyle that you want to live, like that's your choice, but just be honest with yourself, and like, is that really something that you want to have a grip on you for the rest of your life? Like, are you gonna let it's one thing to have fun and, you know, cut loose every once in a while, but to let a substance get to a point where you're addicted to it and it leads into other things. And the next thing you know, you're losing somebody close to you, or you're, in a bad situation yourself. I think it's just sad. And it definitely kind of having that happen the last couple of years, because we're not that old, we're in our 20s. So for that to happen to people that I thought were some of the, most enjoyable, funny people that I grew up with in high school, who just had that infectious personality and that laughter and that enjoyment of life that was magnetism and made people want to be around them. To lose people like that is just is sad, and it kind of makes you evaluate things. So if I've ever been an example on here and promoted drugs in a way like you should go do drugs, I don't agree with that, and I'm sorry if I have, to all my followers. Like that, that's something that, again, we all live our own life, and that's your choice if you want to go down that path. But just be careful, because you never know what's in something. You never know what it could lead to, because you don't know how your body and how you're going to handle things mentally and physically. So just for those people, my heart goes out to their families, and what happened was really sad, and it's just heavy. So, and for all of you who are doing that type of stuff, if you've been fortunate enough to not have a friend in that situation, or not had to experience anything like that close to home, maybe just start to accept that blessing and evaluate the things that you're doing. So I know that one was a little heavy, but I wanted to air that out, especially coming from a tight-knit community from my high school age people that I still talk to. I think it's just it's important to know that it's one thing to party and have fun and cut loose, but you don't want to lose someone close to you over something that gets a hold of them. So that's today's episode. We'll be back with more soon. Talks with Tom.
Taking shots by the lake till I can't even breathe no more, see no more. I was riding around town thinking to myself, is it gonna get easier? I'll be up and away up the street getting paid, but I can't even breathe no more. What's it to me? What can I see? Taking shots by the lake till I can't even breathe no more, see no more.
So this was